This is TV Ultimate here, and we're continuing with the Tomb Raider 1 review. This is the last part of it. I divided it up so that there were 5 parts. 5. And we are at this point where we can finally get to the last, I'll call it area, that is the Lost Island, which is the most fascinating place that we'll have in Tomb Raider 1 by far. This level is called Natla's Mines. We know now that Natla was one of the Atlantean gods who ruled over one of the pieces of Skion out of 3, and who was experimenting with the Skion and making these abominations, which are probably the same abominations that were in Egypt. Right? So, yeah, Qualipeg, in his tomb or whatever, people worshipped him, and he died or whatever. There are dinosaurs running amok, and wolves are around, and bears, whatever. But the dinosaurs were brought back or whatever. In Greece, Tehoken was by the cistern, right? And he was deep within the monastery. It almost seems like he was apart from the people that were there. And in Egypt, of course, the ruler left after she ran her abominations, and she let them free. And yeah, a lot of people were buried and worshipped and whatever. A lot of weird things happened there. And now we get to the Lost Island. Now, the Lost Island is where is a remnant of Atlantis that was once alive and was actually doing well until the event that destroyed Atlantis. And so we don't have any guns. This is our first portion of the series where we don't have guns, and it's okay. It's not the best, but you start out and you swim into this area which we'll call the main waterfall area. And yeah, you have a lever behind the block puzzle, and you have another lever behind the block puzzle. You know, you pull a lever, and it shows like a lever that's behind the block that you have to pull. You pull that lever, and it opens another lever that you have to pull, and yada yada yada. You have to move behind waterfall to pull levers, which activates the drill to move, which reveals another block which you have to pull a lever and also get one of the 3 fuses. Guns are in building. Yeah, you need fuses scattered throughout. There's one in the waterfall area, there's one in the conveyor belt area, then there's one in a boulder trap area. So we'll go to the time boulder trap area. It is for the fuse, and you have to run past the boulder and turn into a corridor before the boulder smashes you. And these boulders are bigger than anything you've seen before. They can be called meatballs, and they're basically these fiery boulders that take up the width of the whole platform, but on either side they take up a little bit more. You don't really see that, but if you stand right by the boulder, you're gonna get hit. It's just a little bit, and you have to watch out for that. Yeah, you have to go to the first full room, fuse room, and pull a lever to activate the conveyor belt for another fuse. Yeah, so it's a lot of backtracking. You have the main waterfall area, you have the drill area over here, and you have a block area right by it, and then you have what is behind the waterfall, which is the uh, main building that is suspended up room with the three fuse box uh, compartments, and you have the conveyor belt up over here. You have the time boulder trap area over there, way over there behind a wooden gate, it would seem, maybe like a metal gate. And you have a building that has a brick tile on the top of the roof. You have an opening up there. This area is this level so far is laid out in a logical way. You have to do this in order to do this in order to do that. You could go in any option, but you still have to do it. So this kind of feels not like a Tomb Raider 1, but more of a Tomb Raider 2 progression type of system, which I'm fine with. It's a better game, so good. Yeah, fuse room requires Laura to not trigger Cowboy. Yes, you have to get the fuse, but if you're just a pixel in front of the fuse, and this is after you activate the drill that goes back and push the block, pull the lever. Yeah, you get the fuse, but you can't go a pixel forward, otherwise the Cowboy comes out and he has magnums and he's got nothing, not even pistols. So, yeah, first secret is obtained by using the building. Yes, so you climb up on the building once you get all the fuses, put them in. The building crashes down to the ground and you get the pistols. You get the pistols first, of course. But before that, we have the breakable tile with a block to catch you. You see that opening up above? You can actually put the block there to prevent any damage from befalling you. Once you go into that breakable tile, the roof area, you pull a lever, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, allows you to use the boat to get to the block area, which you can pull that lever and open the way for the conveyor belt room, another door, I believe. Yeah, this is kind of a little wonky. Yeah, you go under the waterfall, you go up the waterfall, and you have to open a lever that opens the door up there. Yeah, it's a lot of opening of doors, from what I remember. But yeah, you could catch Laura's fall. Time boulder trap room resets. Yes. So as the boulder goes down the slope, you can go back in the room and reset it so that you can do it over again. Which, if you're not good at dodging boulder traps at this point, then you're gonna have a tough time with this part. You're gonna have the chance to do it over and over, but it's gonna be a test of patience. Yeah, we'll go to the Cowboy. When we have the pistols, we'll go to the Cowboy. Yeah, other weapons that you get now. Well, they'll be scattered around the entire level. This level is a very long level. It will take an hour when getting the secrets and everything. And normally, if you aren't prepared for this level, it will take an hour and maybe 15, 30 minutes. And I think your bed pack reserves are not touched. Your ammo is not touched as well. You pretty much have the same as when you came out, maybe a little bit more even. Let's see. So yeah, the cowboy has the strategy of scoping. So the scoping strategy is keeping distance with him. You can also hide behind a column and wait for him to come and then jump out and shoot him. But he can go around the column, but he can also go around the other way and try to tease you out. And you can also keep him at range, only for a little bit though. He is quite smart and clever, and he's a really good. I think he's a really good boss to encounter. It's definitely one of my favorites. One that I like, maybe not my favorite. So yeah, you gotta defeat him. He has magnums, but you have to take him out, otherwise he will have the range on you, and he will take you out in like 2 or 3 seconds. So you gotta take him out quickly. And once you do, you get the magnums. The magnums are very important in the future. Okay, yeah, so there's an obscure fall, but it's telegraphed pretty well. You have like a slope that has like some of these black rocks in a certain area, and that's where you can jump or go down, and then go down again, grab a ledge, and go up. And you enter a lava-filled area, maybe a ravine, I would call it. Yeah, platforming is a little unrealistic. She should be technically burned by all this lava, and she even jumps to a crevice, and then jumps down, drops down to another crevice, and shimmies along. And there's like a panel of like lava spewing out that side, and she just goes right there without any protection or anything. And yeah, she should definitely die. Okay, so breakable tiles, boulder, and swinging axe trap. Yeah, once you get off, you encounter like boulder on a slope, you encounter tiles, and an axe that is swinging. And you gotta time it just right so that you don't take any damage from the axe. As you run over the tiles and time not getting crushed by the boulder. It's a very tight window, and the axe can take literally all your health away. And this axe is different from the axes before. This axe will actually one-hit kill you, and yeah, it's stylized so that it's orange-ish yellow. Yeah, there is the lava flows trap. The lava flows trap is basically you have these 2 lava flows that will come automatically when Laura goes. You have to jump over them. There's a med pack there. You can get it without being on fire and instantly dying to the lava. And you can go forward. And then you have the boulder trap where there's a boulder up on the slope or whatever, and it rolls down, and you go right to the edge, not get hit, and then you do a standing jump and grab so that the boulder doesn't hit you when it comes down into the pit. And that's interesting because you think it would be a running long jump, but it's actually a standing jump, and that's really good of them to do that. That's a trick that is amazingly clever. Because it messes with your perception, and this game likes to do that a lot. Yeah, there's the TNT box. Explodes because of lever. Yes, you use the TNT box to get up and activate the lever that's kind of overlooking the dead body of that cowboy. And you pull it, and it should be in the right position. Um, if you got up into the opening, and if you put it all the way to the wall, that should be good enough. And so the lever activates a spark or whatever, and there's a big explosion, and there's a shaking, you know. And yeah, there's, and then you open the way to the next path, which is a skate park for some reason with a skateboard kid. Second secret is in the water, where all these other pits are lava, which is a nice touch. It's the one surrounded by all these slopes, so you know it can't be lava. You know, yeah. If lava touches something, uh, then it's definitely lava. But if there's something blocking it for some reason, the lava doesn't go there, and you're safe. Yeah. So I take out the skateboard kid by hiding behind one of the columns and take a shotgun, which we got from kind of the lava-filled ravine, but it extends into another lava-filled ravine, which has a yeah. Third secret is a time block push because of boulder. Shotgun is attainable. Yeah, you push a block while the boulder is coming at you, and if you push the block, you're fine. You're not going to get hit. You redirect the block so you can get up, get the shotgun and whatever, and then fall out another way because the boulder blocked your path out. So that's what you do, and you get the shotgun. The shotgun, yeah, you take it to the skateboard kid room, and you go behind a column, and you wait for him on a skateboard to come. He goes kind of in this eyeball shape and a line through it, pretty much, and then he keeps going with that line, you know. And yeah, basically, you shoot him 5 times. You try to go around him, and you minimize most of the damage that he would normally take because he has Uzis. And yeah, Uzis are really effective in this game. They're downright unstoppable. If especially in this case when he has the Uzis, you're pretty much dead automatically. So you have to think of something creative in order to get rid of this guy. Otherwise, he's gonna ruin your day. Okay. So, vertical platform room, yes. I think you also have like a boulder room where you have, or maybe not. Maybe not. That's not yet. Okay. Yeah, vertical platforming room. You have to um, go up and up and up and up these platforms, but it's not really a big deal after you've dealt with 2 bosses already. Essentially, these are bosses. You kill them, they're dead. Uh, they're not coming back up. We don't see them later on, so they're definitely dead. Um, maybe until inverse. No, they're still dead. They're dead. All right, and then block puzzle can be used to avoid shotgun gun. Yeah, you're in an orange room and you use these blocks, but if you yeah, you pull the lever usually, and then you go out of that same door when you go to another place and pull another lever. You open that door that was over there, and you deal with the shotgun guy. The shotgun guy can take out a third of your health each time he shoots you. But there's a way, and this way I still think it's valid. There is a way to kind of cheese out the pressure plate door hallway, and that is you open the door, but as it opens, you go back. Wait, you go back as the door opens. You run forward as fast as you can and get in the corner and go out of the door, and the shotgun guy will freeze automatically in front of the door that you need to get out of. Otherwise, the shotgun guy is almost impossible to not get hit by. And if you do get hit, you get a third of your health taken. He's really hard to outmaneuver, and the only way I would say you could beat him with that shotgun is by using another shotgun and going close to him. That would be honestly the only way you could really do it, because he likes to chase you and all that. And that would probably be the only way you could do it. Long range, the shotgun is disgusting in this game. It's a mid-range weapon as well as a short-range weapon. You can use it far away, but even more so, the boss, the shotgun guy here, can use it more effectively. He has a better range than you would normally have. So this range is about the range of the Magnums, surprisingly. And he could definitely spam the shots before you even get close to them. So, lever activates root with key. Yes, and the key is modeled differently. It's like a little pyramid, but it's like a chip, and you put the chip in, and you can get into the door. But you have to platform up the pyramid in order to pull that lever. And the lever's on the side. You pull it, and then you have the key exposed. You don't have to deal with the shotgun guy, and thank goodness, because otherwise you can't do this. And yeah, that's the truth. So what it brings the no guns trope of many Tomb Raider games, several Tomb Raider games. And also the TNT, it brings the TNT here, which might be used later on, but in a less basic form. Variable like moving targets, yes. See, the shotgun guy kind of goes into this shape, really. He can go either one of those ways, and he can circle around a little bit. But that's his moving thing. Also you have lava flows, you have a conveyor belt, you have resettable traps. Rank is nice, and the rating is 8.5. I would have to agree with that. It's not the best level, but it's a level that is modeled very good. And the shotgun guy, terrible. The location that he's in is terrible. And yeah, everything else is fine. It's just fine. I mean, the thing that holds it up a little bit more is probably the bosses themselves. The bosses themselves are really good, except for maybe the shotgun guy, but if you could avoid him, then that's fine. I would opt to vote to get out of his way, because he's too powerful in this game. Alright, so we're going to continue on with the next level. And now, without further ado, the second most difficult level of Tomb Raider 1. And easily a really good level. One that is hard to top in any capacity. Not Save Trace's Folly level, but so close that it is an iconic level. Here we go. Atlantis. You start in the darkness until the pyramid is activated by Natla. And you get a shot where the rocks around the Mayan pyramid explode. And there's a light coming off of the top of the pyramid. And you have the light come on. You're in this hallway and you have some Uzi clips right there. And you have 3 eggs on each side that spawn either Atlantean crawlers or flyers. I believe there are 2 flyers and 4 crawlers. Yep. And yeah, you enter this area and it is wacky. I mean, the eggs are green and everything's like red and brown and black and all bloody and stuff. Oh my gosh, it's so amazing. You have, you go towards the door and the door opens and you see this, this big column area that has several levels, and you have an upper level up there, which is the control room or whatever, and you have the lava down below. Oh my gosh. You can see the Atlanteans breathing. The eggs have little tubes that go up and down, and you can see that they are ready to come out, and that is cool. They pop when you're right near them, I believe, and yeah, they pop out and they take a lot of ammo to get rid of them. They just start running around you. They are basically like mummies, but so much harder because they could shoot you with bombs and darts, and oh my gosh, they are all like bloody. They have all their insides turned out, so they have bones and blood and muscle. We've seen them before, but now they're in their natural habitat, and it shows. There is an explanation for their creation. Yeah, basically, this is Natla's abominations on Wild. She just let them run amok, and basically she wants to breed all these creatures for the coming of the Ninth Age or whatever. You know, her doomsday or whatever that she bring in motion. The levers are spines. So you have a spine wall and you pull the lever and oh my gosh, that's just so cool. Yeah, and you see like all this red on the walls. It's not blood yet. It is like, you can see like this is like a warring type of tribe here, you know, like they want to wage war. They have all these symbols and stuff. Oh my gosh. The triggers cause eggs to break. Yes, there are certain triggers in certain places you go on. And the bridge, like there are 2 levels, and the bridge is like made of tendons, I think, like tied up to these walkways. It is messed up, but they go all out in this level. First secret is below the platform, yes, and this bypasses the literal teeth trap. You saw a teeth trap before, but now it's actual teeth. you know, like going. Its actual teeth, and it's so hilarious. Um, yeah, it's the jagged teeth or whatever, which can take out like all your health this time. Yeah, the stakes are too high this time. Um, yeah, so you drop down from the platform that is all the lava and whatever, and you grab a wedge, and that's your first secret. You can bypass the first T-trap, which I recommend you do, but before you do that, you have to take out the two Atlantean flyers that are going to come down to your level, and if they go on your platform, they will run towards you, but you just go way, way back and try to shoot them, because they usually do that. There will be two Atlantean flyers on each level that you are exposed to this outer column thing. You know, and I think there are like 4 or 5 levels before you get to the top level. So yeah, amazing design. Everything's amazing. I love this level so much. Let me see. Um, and I think I wrote enough about this um, to get my point across. So there's going to be little annotations here and there, but not much. Okay, so next. This progresses to bridge a muscle. Yes, that is not connected. I think it's like tendons. It's more like tendons. Lever is hidden in plain sight. Third room, egg breaks after the lever is pulled. Yes. And you open a door after you pull down 2 of these levers on the second level in the main hallway area or whatever. Pyramid has okay second secret. Yes. You get to this room. Uh, I might be talking about like, yeah, that was the hallway, and then there's like another room you go into, and you pull a lever to open the door, and then you go into this water pyramid room, which apparently the outer part of the pyramid is over here too, for some reason. But yeah, you go up the pyramid. There are some boulders that come crashing down, and you have to jump to another part of the pyramid in order to escape them. There are 2 of these, and you go up and up and up to the right side, and you get your second secret, which the first and second secret is just like 3 things. It's like magnums, small med pack, and maybe shotgun shells, like in that type of position. Okay. Should it be outside of the pyramid? No, it doesn't make sense, but oh well. Uh, whatever. This level's too awesome to be tagged down to max. Okay. Underwater lever is time to go through door. Yes, there's an underwater lever room. It's a small room, and then you go into the second level, I believe. Lever opens door to get back. Yes. Lever causes blocks to move and lava to flow. Yes, that room. Oh yeah, we're still in the water room, right? There's an underwater lever that activates the door, which is time. You have to go through and you get up the pyramid and slide down, go through there again. Yeah, and then there's another lever that you have to pull, which I think opens the door to the other side, I believe. Yeah, there's 2 levers, one underwater, one above land that you have to climb to. Okay. Yeah. Use of bone decoration is very good. There's like I think it's like a bone room, but it kind of looks like what? It kind of looks like cartilage, more like. I don't know. Probably cartilage. Second level of vertical climb, Atlantean flyers can push you off. Yes, and this is very deadly because any fall is deadly. Water egg puzzle room. Fail and get all the eggs to break. Well, you get the eggs to break, but once you pull the last lever, which should be the last lever, you gotta go immediately and get in the water and escape. Where am I? Right levers open right underwater doors. Yes. Third level vertical climb has teeth doors at the beginning of the platform. 2 egg ramp room. Yes. So there are 2 eggs. There's a trench and there's a ramp that you have to slide, and you have to. Yeah. The slope is like cartilage, and there's some vein parts. You know, you jump on, you go to those on the other side, and you go up and into the other room. There are a lot of rooms here. This is a very well designed place. Backbone room requires taking out enemies with speed. Yes. So you have like this big backbone in lava, and there are parts that are bloody and whatever. And yeah, you got to take out the Atlantean flyers very quickly. Otherwise, you're gonna fall in the pit or you're gonna die. And you have these 2 Atlantean crawlers which will peek their heads out and shoot you with bombs on the backbone. And at a certain point, you go on the backbone to defeat these guys all the way over there. And it's really hard because sometimes you have to jump, and they choose when to shoot you. So you don't really know the range that they have. But notice that you have to shoot these guys while on the backbone, and that's the most effective way to do it. Lever opens door behind block. Teeth doors placement is difficult. Yes, because if you go through the teeth doors and you go too fast, then you'll slide down the slope and have to go through the teeth door again. So you have to go when the teeth doors close at the middle. You go when they just open up, and you stop automatically on this platform and go to the area where the Atlantean crawlers were. Rolling boulder room allows you to reset if you don't place block to prevent boulder from rolling to exit. So yeah, you have like this boulder rolling down the slope. It rolls. You grab some ammo, and you have to place this block in front of the boulder that's in front of the exit, and you go back through the room, pull the lever again, the boulder rolls down, and stop by the block, and you can go through. And 4th level of vertical climb. We're outside the column again, so we have 2 Atlantean crawlers. This will be 8 Atlantean crawlers in the main column so far. At a certain point, I think it's the next level, you don't have to deal with any crawlers anymore. Flyers. Sorry, flyers. Lava block puzzle. You switch on, then switch off. Oh, wait. What room is this? Centaur pops out in the next room. Lava block puzzle. You switch on, you switch off. Oh, this might be. What room could this be? I think. There are a lot of rooms here. not quite sure which room this is. But I know the next room. Centaur pops out in the next room. Room has boulder, dark trap, and 2 doors. So this must be. Yeah, there are too many rooms to remember. Oh wait a minute. It can't be that room. No, it can't be that room, can it? Oh my gosh. It is that room. It is that room. Okay. So this room is basically where you have a platform and you have to jump to the other side. There's lava all around, and you switch the you pull down the switch, and there's some blocks that rearrange so you can pull the other lever, pull that one down, and jump over these blocks. And I can't believe I missed this part. So you go into this room, right? And there are 3 Atlantean crawlers that will shoot at you and will try to go towards you. And what you have to do is take the Uzis and you run and you fire and then you run and then you go back and run and fire, and they will basically gun you down with pinpoint accuracy and just light you up. And it is nearly impossible to not take damage in this part. And you will die very quickly if you have no idea what you're doing. You have to know exactly what you're doing here. Otherwise, you're going to die. And the secret, don't mind the secret. Go back into the lava room with the blocks. And then go back in. And then you can open the door for the secret and go right in and get the secret. Okay? But yeah, then the next room, the Centaur pops out, and you take care of him by side jumping. What else is new? And then you go forward, and you have a room with 2 boulders. Wait, no. A boulder that slides down a slope, so you go right before the dart trap and right before the teeth door, and then drop down. And then the teeth door is done. Dart trap still goes. No. And then you have the room with 3 blocks. You push the one that is marked with N. They're kind of like chairs, and they have like blocks that you can move. Doesn't make sense. It makes sense. It's facing north, so, but the other letters don't make sense. So yeah, it doesn't pan out that well, that part. But anyway, you pull both levers. There's a lever, there's a lever right by the 2 trapdoors, and then there's a lever that is, I believe. Then there's a lever like if you go down the way that has the spikes, which are recommended, and you jump instead of the one with the boulder and the lava, then you can go up and pull the lever, which opens the main door. You gotta be careful in both of the trapdoor rooms. Oh yeah, you pull both of the levers. You pull one lever to open both of the trapdoors, and you go down one, and then you pull the other one to go to the main door. Okay, so you have room with lava flows. Yes, I think you're in a trap hallway and you have a lava flow. You do not pull the lever. You do not pull the lever, otherwise the lava flow comes for you. You just go up. And then you have a room with 2 boulders. Yes, I believe there are like more than 2 boulders. There's like room with lava flows, yeah. And then room with 2 boulders, room with swinging axe, and room with false Lava flow lever. Yes, that's the one I just talked about. I think the room with swinging axe. I have to remember this. Room with swinging axe. Oh no, no. There's no swinging axe. I don't think. Two boulders. I think that's the room with four of them. You know, two come down like a big slope. You have to dodge them, and then one comes down like this way and tries to block the exit, but it doesn't. This way. And yeah, you do that. Yeah, I just don't remember the swinging axe. Room with lava flows. Do we have a room with lava flows? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. Not here. The swinging axe, I don't think that comes until later. Then there's the fifth level of vertical climb, the entrance to Atlantean Laura. Atlantean Laura can mimic every move and actions. Have three Atlantean crawlers with Atlantean Laura. Entrance with has three eggs. Atlantean crawler and Atlantean flyer. And I think it's Centaurus. Well, okay, so the entrance to the Atlantean Laura has, well, there's a doorway, and then there's like two Atlantean crawlers that come out, and a centaur that comes out on the other side. What you do is you just deal with the centaur, and then you sneak by and avoid the Atlantean crawlers which pop out and try to get you. And then you go down to three Atlantean crawlers and you go up on a slope. You go up and then you try to get rid of those guys in the tight space. You defeat Atlantean Laura with the trapdoor. Basically, you stand over the area where the trapdoor would be on her side, and well, after you pull the lever, and then you stand over there, and she drops. And then, so yeah, we had some Atlantean crawlers, I believe, in the prior level. So that's 10 Atlantean crawlers, I think, maybe 9. And if you fail to get rid of any of them, they will follow you up the levels. So you got to deal with that too. Here's the final level of the vertical climb. So 6 levels. So we have 3 Atlantean crawlers and we have the secret room. Bridge and door puzzle room. Yes. So you enter this area and there's a centaur that looks you down and you have to get rid of him. There's an Atlantean crawler on one side, you have to get rid of him. You have to time it so that when you pull the left lever, which I think opens the door, that is perfectly timed with the right lever that puts up the bridge. And you can go over safely and get through the door, no problem. But I believe you have to pull one of them twice, and that is and if you did it right, that would be the bridge. Because if you pull the bridge, then you have a safety. And, yeah. So then you have Netless Condemnation and Netless Abomination. So I will say that you destroy the Scion, but before that you have a vision of Natla being condemned. Once again, being condemned for the Ice Thing. I think last time it was kind of piecing it together, but now it's like a condemning. Yeah. Isn't that exciting? And then, once we shoot the... no, sorry. We don't shoot it yet. Once we have that vision, then we have Natla talking about her plans, how she's going to use her big abomination, which we'll call Torso Guy. And yeah, she says that she will breed him and all these creatures, and she's going to take over the world. Yeah. And she's in her business outfit, so she looks kind of out of place too. It's hilarious. And then, Laura attempts to shoot the Scion on the pedestal, all complete Scion, and she says no, and then she pushes off of Natla, like Natla tries to grab her and pull her down into the lava, but then Laura jumps off of Natla and gets onto the central platform, where then the Torso Guy explodes from his egg and comes down to confront you. And meanwhile, Natla gets sent to the lava, and you can see maybe that the lava is coming up a little bit. I don't know. But yeah, she was in the control room, and yeah, awesome. Okay, so the rank is excellent. The rating is 9.5. Really good level. Really good level. And then we get to the Great Pyramid. So we have to deal with the Torso Guy. He's a bullet sponge. Can't touch him at all. Move and jump around while aiming. And not only that, you can't fall. This is a platform that is big enough for both of you, but you don't really have enough space to not fall with. So if you fall, which I've done thousands of times, you are going to die. Alright, so it's a good fight. You jump around while aiming. You grab 4 pickets of the Uzi ammo. Uzi ammo doesn't matter at this point, but they hand it out like candy. You get 4,000 clips of Uzi ammo. Well, you get 4,000 ammo for your Uzis, and everything doesn't matter at this point. The shotgun, though, will still be low. It'll probably be under, like, 35 shots, so use it carefully. Push blocks to get to second level, yes. You have a tile teeth door trap. It violates all teeth doors, but it is well placed. Kind of. It's really hard to get through this thing and not take damage. First secret is dependent on a pressure tile. Lava geysers are timed, but are placed in a DS spot. Yes, so the lava geysers. You will take damage no matter what. It might be tiny, but it's huge, because you have a force fall damage section later on in this level. But yeah, you have to jump over like 3 of these. 2 on one side that you have to jump over, and 1 on this side that you have to jump over. And yeah, it's really hard to not take damage from them. The secret bridge is timed. Yes, the secret bridge is timed. It will show that it's one thing, and then it will go down to about half, and then it will go down all the way. Then you have to jump all the way, but you have to wait for that to happen. Lever mechanic is okay. Yeah, I kind of like it, kind of don't. First boulder dodge is okay. Yes. So you go up a slope, and then you have another slope where a boulder rolls down, and you have to go into the tiny crows. The second one, the second boulder dodge, requires Laura to get under an overhang, which is difficult. Yes. Forced fall damage is a fail because you take out 25% of your health just by going down there, and that's probably the amount that you'll take. And And it is predictable because you go down into the control room somehow. I don't know how, somehow. It's ridiculous. You blow up Scions in the control center, causing a chain reaction, but no timer. You just have a random shaking. You have a random shaking that happens every 10 seconds. And then door opens and hole appears below the bridge. Yes, shaking with 4 darts and shimmy section. Darts are nearly impossible to avoid. You will take 25% of your health from this point in time, from these darts. And you're at just 50% of health. That's it. If you don't want to use med packs and you don't want to save and you don't want to, and you want to get all the secrets, which is a challenge, which I made it to, I think I made it like at a certain point of this level and through it, basically through it, because I couldn't time the jump or whatever, which frustrates me because it's the last level of this game and it should be right, but it doesn't feel right, especially after it lands. Anyway. Okay. Before our first secret, you have to push block to get lever. Yes. You have to go around, push the block, and then you have to go around again, backtrack, and push the block again. And then you have to back up to avoid the 5th dart. Oh, this is in the area where the darts are and the shaking paintings. Easy to avoid boulder and axe. Yes. I agree with that. Yeah, you have a boulder rolling down and there's an axe and you just avoid it. And there's like darts, 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 darts. And 2 lava pits with lava geysers, which will take out your health even more. Yep. Nearly impossible to avoid the sparks from the lava geysers. They should not have this. If they do, then they should have it be predictable, but it's not. It runs on some kind of timer or whatever. And each lava geyser is different than the next one. Second secret is kind of hidden. It's a double med pack pickup, and it is where Laura is needed to backflip. Yes. And there's like a crevice in the wall that is hidden pretty well. It's not a crevice basically, it's like a painted over crevice. Slopes and height differences are awful. Yes, you have to slide down a slope. You do a backflip once you get the med pack, and you jump, and you have to gauge it somehow to jump to a lower slope and a lower ledge. Have to time the axe so that Laura goes through it. Have breakable tiles and boulder as well. Yes. It's this room, but it's not the same as before. It's a little. See, before I think I was mistaking that for this level, but this level actually has it, where you have to dodge the thing, and you have to dodge another one. I think they're similar to each other, but this one has like 2 axes, and it's kind of hard to actually get hit by these. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Usually you don't. This one's less of a struggle to get through. I don't quite remember how it differs, but they're very similar to each other. Let me see. Medpack lures Laura, so she teases Boulder and then gets it. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. Yes. Okay, so you have several slopes and boulders, and that's what it is. You have. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, you have several tiles that you jump to from the spike room, and then you go down the slope, which has a boulder and has like two axes, and then you jump, and then you go into another area that has like some axes, or no, has some boulders, and you have a med pack, and you tease the boulder, you go down, and then you get it, and then axe is inconsistent with damage. There's another axe that you have to go through. It's inconsistent. You either take full damage, or you usually don't take any at all, which I'm fine with. You can get med pack with a lava flows. Yes, lava flows, and you get the med pack. It's very similar to the other room. Uh, but this time, I think it's just with this level, honestly. Maybe not. I get confused with these levels. I don't know why. They kind of look similar, too. Um, Top boulder does not hit Laura at a tile after the end. Bottom boulder requires standing jump and grab. Oh, it's this area again. Yeah, I think I confused this. This is actually this level again, and I was mistaken. These levels are kind of similar. Also in that with mines, in order to get to the lever, you have to jump on these platforms, and the boulder comes down, and if you just hit the edge, and then if you just go on the edge, then the boulder will hit you, even though it doesn't make sense, and you have to go over there. Anyway, yeah, that's that. Okay, and now we go to the burner room. Burner room is good. You can jump over all of the burners without taking any damage. All damage can be avoided. Breakable tile with axe is hard to gauge. Yes, there's an axe that you have to time, and you have to jump and grab the tile just right, and then you have to go up when the axe is, let's see, it's about halfway and going to the left, I think, and then that will give you enough time to go and jump to the third secret. The third secret bugs out in Great Pyramid if you have some versions. Other versions, yeah, you have all three secrets. Good job. It does not have the secret time sometimes, yes, because it does not activate. Natla can follow you. Okay, and then you have to jump through a tiny little hole that has water, and you do this by jumping towards the area that has the axe platform. And once you hit that, you go up and you fight Natla. Natla can follow you while shooting. She goes like this. And she can fly. But she can fly everywhere. Her AI is like, and go down and everything. She can do everything. Anything. And the only way to get past her without using meds, and you're at half health, is by cheesing her out. And this is even hard because you have to find a way to spam her while her not being able to shoot at you at all. Because she shoots bombs in first phase, and then the second phase is lame, and she just starts. She's way easier. She can't fly in the second phase either. Yeah. Oh yeah, and she can charge while on the ground. She can go, and you take damage. It's amazing. You have the shaking while platforming, and you have tons of boozy clips in this area. You have to platform up, and these tall columns, while everything is shaking all over because you shot the ski-on piece, and that exploded it started the countdown sequence apparently. The rank is super, rating is 8.5. The BS meter is 9.5. This BS meter won't come that often. It will only be there if I think that the game itself was designed really well, but there were questionable things that tagged it down. The rating is still there, but this level has basically you lose half health and force damage in that one. And even if you aren't doing the challenge and you have all those med packs, you have all the pistol, the weapons and stuff, you're still going to have a tough time with this level. And it's not because it was designed great like Atlantis. It's because of the decisions they made with the enemies are terrible, and the design for Natla is not good. If they went with the Atlantean Flyer type of AI, then I would accept this a lot more. But it still stands that this level is definitely BS, especially when it's the last level and it has to outperform Atlantis. But it's a terrible level. Yet I think the design and the game, the level itself is okay. It's still not okay as far as difficulty wise. So with that, I will get the final review of this game. Alright, the final review of this game, appropriately attached to the back of the Tomb Raider 1 anniversary analysis of this. Okay, Tomb Raider 1 came out in 1996. Its rating in total, Croft Manor is a 6, Caves is a 7, the City of Vilcabamba is a 7. Lost Valley is an 8.5. The Tuma Qualifec, I think I put down a little bit at 8. St. Francis Folly is a 10, of course. The Coliseum is a 6. Palace Midas is about an 8.5. The Cistern I put at a 7.5. I was angry at it before, but it's definitely a lot better than Croft Manor. It's a lot better than Caves. It's a lot better than City of Vilcabamba, and it is a lot better than Colosseum. It is a level that is good, but didn't have all its heart in it, and I'm giving it a chance because the struggling that I did was actually my fault, and the extra Pierre encounter was my fault too. And the level is designed okay. It's not the average that I would like to see, but it's very close to what Tomb Raider 1 is about. It's about exploring, and it is about experimenting, trial and error, and also some platforming, good placement of enemies, and also uh, it is about taking things at your own pace, and this is definitely what that level is. Uh, it's definitely a shock to go from these really good grief levels to this, but I think it deserves a chance. And it's definitely one that is a lot better than Coliseum. And yeah, it's basically the main one I'm comparing it to. The Tomb of Tehokan is an 8. Yes, it's average. City of Kamun is also an 8. Also average. Obelisk of Kamun is 8. Yes. I put it up a little bit because it's a little better than City of Kamun, but still, it's kind of the same. Sanctuary of the Skion is 8.5. It's upgraded because they actually put some more effort into it. Nala's Mines is a 9. It's really good. Atlantis is a 9.5. Really close to St. Francis Folly, but not quite there because some of the designs are a little bit bad and some of the rooms aren't really thought out. The Great Pyramid is 7.5. The BS meter brought it down 1.5. I would not bring it down any more than that. It is a little below average, but it feels kind of average. This is kind of what I've been dealing with throughout this whole game, essentially. So, if I divide this by about 160, 16 levels, including Croft Manor, which I'll count as long as they have the Croft Manor as level 0, I'll count it. It gets a rating of 79.375%. Rank is a smidge below Tomb Raider 1 average. Yeah, if that even makes sense. It's really the Tomb Raider average is 80%. This is a little below it. So the online rating is about 81%, and I looked this up just for fun. The accuracy is perfect. My rating would be more accurate. Problems: handling, combat, precise jumping, inconsistent slopes, BS secrets, failed force damage segments, tendency to run off the edge, a lot of boss appearances, no secret counter except at end of level. Uzi's placement: experience, unique, start franchise, weird, disturbing. All enemies are punishing, every single one of them. Difficulty: second hardest game in franchise due to Laura's handling issues. No, I would put that down because there are harder games than this. I would say, if I had to say how hard this game was, I would say it is definitely one of the bottom ones. Let's pick a number. It is an easy classic, and there are some harder games in the series. As of 2019, there are some harder games in the series. So, I would actually put this at number 7. It is the 7th hardest classic to date. There are 6 other classics. And you might be thinking, well, there are only 4 more. Yes. You're actually right. But it is 7. It's out of the classic range. And there is a game that is harder, that is modern, that I don't consider a classic. That would be definitely harder than this one. Definitely. And you know what? Might as well say, I'll be back. Since this is the first Tomb Raider review, we are going to discuss what the scales are as of now. We are going to discuss this since this is my first Tomb Raider video, and we're going to see in each of these reviews at the end of how all these change, and start to take form. But this is an opinion. This is not fact yet. But we have an idea of where Tomb Raider 1 is on the scale. Yes. Here we go. Quality scale. We'll start at the bottom and work our way up. Anniversary. Legend. Tomb Raider 2013 Reborn. Guardian of Light. Temple of Osiris. I am going to say Angel of Darkness, Rise of the Tomb Raider, and then we'll go to, Underworld, then we'll go to Tomb Raider 5, Tomb Raider 1, Tomb Raider 2, Tomb Raider 4, and then Tomb Raider 3. Okay, that's the quality scale. And then we'll go to the favorite scale. I will go from top to bottom. I like Tomb Raider 4, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider 2, Underworld. I like Tomb Raider 3. I like Tomb Raider 5, Tomb Raider 1, and then we'll go down to Temple of Osiris, Guardian of Light. I like Anniversary, and then we'll go down to Rise of the Tomb Raider. Wait, no. We'll go Rise of the Tomb Raider, then we'll go Anniversary, Tomb Raider Reborn, and Tomb Raider Legend. There you go. And then, for the difficulty scale, we'll start from easy to hard. We'll go Legend, Tomb Raider 2013 Reborn, Anniversary, and then we'll go to Angel of Darkness, Rise of the Tomb Raider, Underworld, Temple of Osiris, Guardian of Light, and then we'll go to Tomb Raider 1, and then we'll go Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and then we'll go I think Tomb Raider 5, Chronicles, then we'll go Tomb Raider 2, Tomb Raider 4, only because you have to backtrack and there's a lot of stuff to do and a lot of stuff to prepare for. But it's actually, no, switch that. Tomb Raider 4, then Tomb Raider 2, then Tomb Raider 3. Yep, that's that. There you go. That's how you have it. And so Tomb Raider 1 will be on basically the edge of the classics. It is a classic. 80%, whatever. It's close enough. But will the other games do better than this game, or will they fail? We'll see. And we'll see how big the gap becomes between the quality of the classics and the quality of the modern games. We'll see how that comes up and how the modern game one modern game, or some modern games, two of them, try to go up and go up to the classics, but only one will succeed, and it will only be 18 years after the last classic. Mm-hmm. And yeah, considering Tomb Raider 5 to be a classic is, that's gonna be tricky. Yeah, Underworld and all those other ones will be tricky. That will be the point where I have to be lenient, I have to not be lenient, I have to give this, I have to give that, I have to consider all these other games. Oh yeah, it's gonna be tricky. Once we start with Chronicles, it's gonna be tricky. Chronicles and on are basically going to be very tricky to gauge and very tricky to rank in the rankings. Anniversary will probably be the easiest one. We already have that one done. But we're going to go in chronological order. And so that is the Tomb Raider 1 review. And that is my opinion. If it changes at all, I will definitely let you know with the Tomb Raider 2 review, which I'm working on right now. Thank you. This is TV Ultimate out.